guys, Hypno here, bringing you another narrative Wi-Fi battle with Muffin1 Man1 from T-Flare on YouTube. It's an NU battle. I'm going to lead off with Venomoth. He's going to lead off with Masquerain. I'm going to go for the Sleep Powder, which luckily for me is going to hit, because I knew I'd outspeed. He's going to switch out here into Sand Slash's Physical Wall, but also a Rapid Spinner, which is a good play on his part. I'm going to go for the second Toxic Spikes there, and he's just going to go for a Stone Edge. Since he went for the Stone Edge there, part of me was thinking he might not have Rapid Spin, so I decided to go to my Physical Wall, but he is going to go for the Rapid Spin here, which was a really good play on his part. I really should have just went into my Sableye there, because I was sort of predicting that, but just kind of praying it wouldn't happen. But he's just going to go for the Toxic, and I'm going to go for the Confuse Ray. I don't really mind the Toxic too much because if you've seen any of my other videos with this team, you'll know he packs Rest. He's going to switch back out into his Masquerain, predicting the Toxic or some sort of status move, which is a great play on his part, and is going to get to buy him a turn of sleep. Although actually he switched back out predicting my switch, so he's just kind of playing with me here, making some really good predictions. I'm just going to go for the Ice Punch because I don't think this Sand Slash can kill me in one hit, and since Primeape is really frail, one hit usually will kill it, and since I'm Scarfed and I never really switch in the Primeape on an attack anyway, I wasn't really concerned about taking some damage with it. Unfortunately, it didn't do quite as much as I was hoping, but I mean, Sand Slash is incredibly defensively bulky, so it's alright, so. I'm going to go into my Haunter, predicting the Earthquake there, just because I really need to start getting my predictions a little better if I want to make sure to come back in this battle. So I'm going to go for the sub there on the switch, which was a good play on my part. He's going to switch back into the Sand Slash, which I'm not really sure why, maybe just to see what my move pool is. I'm not sure what he was thinking now at that point. But the Focus Blast is going to do a great amount, and then I'm just going to go for the Shadow Ball. So if he was using that Sand Slash as death fodder to see my move pool, then that will actually work out pretty well for him, because he knows that I'm going to go for the Focus Blast, and Shadow Ball won't affect a normal type, and Masquerain 4 times resists Focus Blast. So then he's going to know I'm going to use Shadow Ball since it 4 times resists, and he's going to go back into his Dodrio. So he's making good switches here, forcing me to get some Life Orb damage and stuff, and break my sub, so I'm going to have to switch out to my Physical Wall. And I'm going to go for the Confuse Ray here, just because if I go for the Rest now, he could probably just keep attacking me and whittling me down. So I really need to get some sort of chance to use the Rest. So I'm going to go for the Confuse Ray and hope he either switches or I get the Confuse Hacks. And thankfully for me, he is going to switch, which is going to let me get that free Rest I really needed here to be able to utilize him as a wall later. So that was really good for me. I'm going to switch out here to go to my F That Noise, which at this point we were talking on the T-Flare chat, and he was asking me why I would bring in a Sableye. He's like, what's a Sableye gonna do? And that was actually a pretty fair question on his part, because there is no real advantage necessarily to bringing in the Sableye here, but I just thought that he wouldn't be able to do anything to me either, since Sableye is actually decently bulky and has no weaknesses, and I thought I could just kind of whittle this thing down. And that's actually going to work out pretty well for me here, although he's going to get the special defense drop, and that's really not going to bode well for me. So I'm going to recover up on that turn and then switch out, thinking that another Bug Buzz might kill me. So I'm going to switch out into my Venomoth just as death fodder. So that was a pretty good play on my part. He's going to go on the Air Slash, go for the Air Slash, probably predicting a switch, which was a good play on his part, but I was just going to death fodder anyway. I'm gonna go for Primeape, predicting a switch, and that worked out pretty well for me. I'm just gonna U-turn out, like I said, predicting a switch. And bring in my special wall. He's going to switch in back in Masquerain, probably because Bug Buzz can do so much damage, but the Toxic's going to kill it. So that didn't really work out too well for him. He's going to bring in Dodrio since it's physical and Hypno is always a special tank usually. But I'm just going to go for the Toxic here because I know that Dodrio can be a real threat to my team. But with the Toxic, I'm sure I can stall it out. He's going to switch out here, which was probably a bad move for him. Although I did go for the Protect there, so if he predicted that, that was good on his part. But he forgot that Hypno has the Insomnia ability, which is sort of funny since my Hypno's nickname is ZZ Master and everything. But he's going to switch out as I go for the Toxic. Not sure if he predicted that or if his Jinx just couldn't do anything, but either way that did work out pretty nicely for him. But regardless, I am going to get that Wish off, and neither his Dodrio nor his Jinx seems to be able to do much to my Hypno. So whether he predicts it or not, I'm pretty sure just Wish Protect stalling with the Toxic is going to be able to take care of this Dodrio. And he pretty much at this point just told me on the T-Flare chat that I would probably be able to just Wish Protect stall most of his team out, if not all his team, with this Hypno. He's going to keep attacking, hoping to get a crit here, because that's basically what he said to be the only real chance he had at taking out this Hypno. But I'm just going to play it out. We're both just going to play it out, see if he does get that crit that he needs. And unfortunately for him, he's not going to get that crit, and his Dodrio is going to die off to the poison. But the next poke he brings in is actually going to be a Charizard. And if he hadn't told me that he didn't have a way to counter Hypno, I would have probably assumed that that was a Belizard, and I would have gone for the Psychic. So I just played it out as if he hadn't told me that, and I am just going to go for the Psychic here, in case he had gone for a substitute, even though I knew he wouldn't, since he said he didn't have anything to counter my Hypno. And at this point, I really just didn't want to keep stalling him, and the battle was kind of set in stone if I just kept Wish Protect stalling with Toxic. So I'm not going to use Protect anymore, and I'm just going to Wish and alternate between Wish and Psychic to try to whittle down this Charizard. And I'm not sure if it's here or the next one, but he is going to get the crit on Fire Blast to be able to take out my Hypno, just as his Charizard survives with a very low amount of HP there. But I don't really mind. I mean, it kind of lets me show off the rest of my team and stuff. I mean, I do like to utilize Toxic tactics because it does help me make some more original sets, but I'm really not a fan of stalling in general, so that was fine. Plus, I've been trying to get some more play with this Haunter here. So I'm going to go for the sub if he decides to go for a Calm Mind or something, but he is just going to break the sub. So at this point, I'm predicting him to just go for the attack again, so I'm going to go for the Destiny Bond. And luckily for me, he does decide to go for the Surf there, which is going to take out his Golduck, which could have actually been a pretty decent threat to my team. So now I'm just going to go ahead and bring in the Primeape while he brings in Jinx, and go for the U-turn, super effective, and that's going to be game. So it was a really good game, Muffin Man. Like I said, leave the link in the description. Hope we can battle again sometime. Sorry for the Wish stalling, but you know, sometimes that's how it goes. So I'll see you guys in my next video, and peace out, YouTube.